is Dana if you are new here, and if you are not, hey girl, what's going on? Y'all, today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things. It is okra. Yes, it is about that time. We are getting ready to plant okra seeds today. Let's go. Okay, so I want to start off by telling y'all that I have already started planting my okra seeds. Now, I do want to say this is not a good idea, planting okra seeds, y'all, because I have planted these okra seeds, and I planted about at least 150 okra seeds. I think it was everything that I saved last year I planted, and out of all of those, I may have gotten, about 15 or 20 okra plants?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to tell you, don't transplant your okra. That is going to be the first thing that I'm going to say. Now, if you do decide to transplant your okra, do it at your own regards. But I'm telling you, it's going to be hard to do. But I am going to be transplanting okra today, only because I was stubborn and I decided that I was going to try and grow okra this way instead of planting it directly or direct sowing it, which we've already talked about direct sowing, guys. But instead of direct sowing it into the garden, I went ahead and I planted it into these cells. So that is my first tip for you today. Go ahead and you're going to want to direct sow your okra instead of trying to transplant them. Let's go ahead and go into the garden, and I'm going to share with you guys some more tips. Did you get the hoe? Alright, let me get the hoe first. Tomorrow we're supposed to have some pretty bad weather. I think today I want to go ahead and plant these okras that I have in here so that they'll get good and rained on, and that's going to cause them to grow really super fast, and this is why I'm going to plant them today. But there are 3 things that you want to know about planting okra or planting your okra seeds. The first thing I want to tell you is you want to make sure that the soil is at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit before you start planting your okra seeds, because they like a warmer environment. These okra are very heat tolerant. They love warmer weather, summer weather. So make sure it is at least 70 degrees in your area before you start to plant your okra seeds, guys. Now, you want to make sure that you only plant your okra seeds about 1/2 inch to 1 inch deep in the ground. If you plant them any farther, trying to wait on the motorcycle to go by. If you plant them any farther, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to come up. And if they do come up, it's going to be by the grace of God. Now, I do want to show you this. I talked to y'all before about this method called 3-4 transplant method, y'all, and I'm only saying 3-4 transplant method because you don't want to transplant anything until it has at least 3 to 4 leaves. Now, this okra plant right here, it has 3 leaves, if you can see that, and then if you see right down there at the bottom, it's starting to grow the 4th leaf, so it is okay to transplant. So you always want to go by that method with all of your plants that you're going to be transplanting. Oh, now when it comes to spacing your okra apart, you want to make sure that your rows are about 3 to 4 inches apart, and that you are planting them. When I say row space, that's this right here. If you want to make sure that your row space is about 3 to 4 inches apart, it can even be more. And then you want to make sure that you are spacing them at least 12 to 18 inches apart, y'all. Do as I say, not as I do, because you'll see sometimes that I won't quite space these that far apart, and that's only because we're trying to get as many as we can in the ground so we can get as much growth as we can from our okra. Now, I will say, make sure that you are watering your okra so that it gets damp and moist, but you don't want to make it soggy. The same thing as I said before. And what I'm going to do really quick is go ahead and I'm going to get us some okra holes going here. And we're gonna plant the okra that we have. And hopefully this is going to be good enough. But these okra are ready to plant. Now you can tell that these okra are a little bit smaller, and that's why I said you may want to not try sowing these in the cell and just planting these, or direct sowing these where they're going to be. They are a little bit smaller, but you can tell that they're ready because they have 3 or 4 leaves on them. 3 to 4 leaves means they are ready. So I'm gonna sit this down, and bring you a closet and give me just a second, y'all. I'm gonna go and get the other okra so I can see exactly how many we have, and we're gonna get them all planted in today. Okay, y'all. So I'm sitting here looking, and as you can tell, you know, these, I mean, I had to go in and plant a second succession already, because like I said, these are pretty scattered growth. If you can look, there are certain cells that you see they didn't even come up, and then you have the cells that did come up. Now I also want to mention, when you are planting your okra seeds, y'all, you can go ahead and soak them in water overnight, and that's just helping to break down the seed so that you're able to get it growing quicker. I never have had a problem with that. I just go ahead and plant them. Now I did try it with my my beans, and they did come up, I think, and we planted them. And I'm going to show y'all our pole beans before we end the video. We'll do a little update on them. But yeah, you can go ahead and soak your okra seeds overnight before you direct sow them into the location that you're going to be planting them. Remember, your okra seeds and your okra will need 6 to 8 hours of sunlight a day. The more sunlight it has, the better these plants will thrive, because they love heat and they are heat tolerant. So the more that they have sun, the more they will produce. So make sure that they have at least 6 to 8 hours of sunlight. Now, what I am going to do, and y'all, I said earlier 3 to 4 inches a row, but what I mean is 3 to 4 feet. But y'all, I feel like y'all knew what I meant, right? It's an ant bed right here. All right, y'all. Yeah. We got our baby girl Casey in here, out here with us. Y'all can see, it is kind of cloudy. It's been that way all day. Like I said, it's going to rain, and we just want to make sure we go ahead and get these in.
Yes, ma'am.
You want me to take them out and you plant them?
I'm gonna move to the other side so I can get y'all better. That's way too close. Hey, wait, I need to wipe off this camera.
No, you can always, I have on some of my videos mess with the bottom to kind of loosen up the bottom. But here recently, I have decided that I am not going to do that. And I have been doing a little bit different on these last videos here. Only because I want to try and keep from causing transplant shock to these. And so I don't want to disturb the roots too much, and that's why I'm not going to do it on these. They are already small, so in order to prevent transplant shock, we're just not going to bother them too much. And these right here are way too tiny to plant right now. So we'll take those and we'll sit them back over there with the others until they're big enough. And they need to have at least 3 to 4 leaves. But these leaves right now definitely are not big enough. Now the variety that we are planting, I'm not sure. I know these are a regular okra. They're not like a crimson red or anything like that. But they do have different varieties of okra that you can plant. But when it comes to planting these okra, you're going to pretty much plant these guys the same as that way. Now, last year, guys, I did an experiment where I wanted to see if I could grow okra from cutting. I looked this information up pretty much everywhere and could not find it. So I decided to experiment to see if it could be done. And guess what? I actually did it. So if you are running short on okra seeds, okra plants, and you are gonna try this, you are more than welcome to try it. And maybe this year I'll do a video on it. But what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to take a cutting of the okra. Let me try to separate.
Oh wait, I can't turn the camera that way.
Just want to make sure I keep these roots intact here. Now, what you're gonna want to do if you decide to do that, you're gonna want to take a cutting of okra and you'll take it from the stem, like one of these stems. Just say if this was an okra plant, you would take it from the stem. You're gonna cut it right here, and then this, you're gonna take all of these leaves off except that one leaf. You're gonna place it in water, then you're gonna change that water every single day. It's gonna start to grow stems out of this what would I call this, out of this stem. It's gonna start to grow roots out of this stem, and once it grows the roots and establish the roots enough for you to transplant it, then you can actually go out and transplant it into your garden and it will grow more okra. I did it last year. It does work. Very few people do it because they feel like it doesn't produce as much as a normal okra plant would. But if you needed more okra, that is a way that you can get more okra without having to spend the money and buying more seeds or either getting another okra plant, because, you know, it's too foreign to the growing cycle.
I got my belly ring back in.
Did you?
I put Vaseline on it.
I heard that. Gonna make sure you get it in, huh?
It about didn't go through with the Vaseline. It's like barely there. It don't move or nothing. It's just there. But I knew I didn't want to go get it re-pierced again. Because that first time she had already stuck me twice.
Oh, no.
I was like, hey, we finna make this work right here. You got another row to do?
Yeah. We're almost done.
Yeah, why can't I work doing this instead of a real job?
What, you want to be our cameraman?
Yeah. I'm for real. Alright, watch out. And this row is complete. Alright. Look at this last few rows. Very beautiful.
I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. I went to the co-op and got some soil because I was gonna put some soil on these. I always like to put a little extra on there. Why did I forget the soil in the truck? It's still sitting in the bag.
Oh, I just went back there. I could have got it.
It's okay.
I seen it and I was wondering.
I fertilized this. It's gonna be fine, but at the very end we're gonna throw out some, and it should do well. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna let Kason put this on pause. We're gonna go ahead and finish up, and then I'll come back at the very end. I don't want to have y'all holding for all of this last little bit.
You gonna say bye, or?
I'm gonna end the video when we get through finishing these.
Wait, am I putting it on pause now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys, we have completely finished placing all of our seedlings down, and we had a few holes that are left, but guess what? We will make sure that we get those put in once the other seeds come up. So y'all, the last thing I want to do, and like I said, we've been having some really crazy weather. It's going to be bad tomorrow. but these guys will definitely love the rain. If Casey will come on down, the last thing I want to do here is show y'all our pole beans. They look awesome. I'm super excited about them. It takes the right environment, y'all. It takes the right temperature. It takes the right things for these seeds to germinate. But when you have all of those things in common, then those seeds will definitely germinate and they come up. And that is going to be the same thing for our okra. So I hope that you guys have found this information valuable. The last thing I do want to say is make sure that when you are watering your okra plants, that you are not overwatering your okra plants to the point where your soil is soggy. You want to water those and then do the finger test. Just whenever you press your finger down, you want to make sure that you're seeing water on your finger, and that is meaning that your plants are getting enough water. So this is the okra class 101. There are so many things that you can do with okra. We love okra here in our household, so that was definitely one of our staples that we had to have in our garden this year. But until next time, it has been a plus. I've had a great time hanging out with you guys. It's definitely a plus to hang out with my daughter. And we are going to end the video right here. The last thing I want to show y'all is just our...
Wait, let me back up.
It's just our bamboo trellis sticks that we have. These are going to go over here with our pole beans. We're going to put these in the ground. We'll probably do 3 or 4 to a row, and then we'll connect them with some twine. And y'all, it's going to make some really pretty trellising systems. So maybe that is another thing we'll do on the next video. But until next time, remember to stay rooted and grow radiant in life and with your veggies. My name is Dana. Y'all have a great night.